In this video series, you're going to learn how to set up your own WordPress blog on your own domain name. Now, the first thing you're going to need to do is to have a domain name where you're going to have your WordPress blog installed. And along with your domain name, you need a hosting account. The hosting account is actually where all the files reside and the database for WordPress. So all the elements that you need reside on your hosting account, and the domain name is the pointer that points to everything. Okay, so what we're going to do in this first video is show you about getting your domain name set up and then how to set up your hosting account. Now there's a couple of choices when it comes to registering a domain name. There are many choices, but I'll give you a couple recommendations here. The two biggest names are GoDaddy, so you go to godaddy.com, and here you can search for your domain and you can register it from here. Another very good one is called Namecheap. You can go to namecheap.com and you can search for your domain name here. Okay, so let's go to GoDaddy. And then, of course, you're going to need to know what you're blogging about, and then you're going to want to register a domain name that has something to do with your subject matter. Now over here are the different types of domain names you can register. .com, .ca. There's several of them here, and they add to these every once in a while as well. Now usually the most common one is a .com domain name. These are the most well-known extensions and the most sought after. Now you can use one for your country as well. For instance, Canada is .ca. You can use .info as well. .net and .org are also popular, so you can use any of these that you want. Now if your blog is for commercial purposes, you're going to try and make money off your blog, you're probably going to want to go with a .com domain name or a country domain. If you're just looking at an info domain, you can use a .info. So you can just decide what you want to do here. My preference is to always register a .com. Okay, so then you will put in your domain search here. So let's say that we are going to be blogging about classic RVs. Okay, so do classicrvs.com. Okay, now this is telling us that it's already taken, and then it'll give us some alternatives down here that we can register if we like. Okay, otherwise you would go back and you would continue your search. Now, sometimes info domains will have a $1.99 price tag on them. If you want to get started really inexpensively, you can go with a .info domain as well. So let's try this in the .info. Okay, so classicrvs.info is available, and we could go ahead and add that and register it right now. So the registration process goes like this. Okay, so we've now added it. Now, to register it, we can go over here and we can continue to registration. Okay, now at this point, you're going to need to create an account. It's free to create your account, or you need to log into your own account. Okay, so once you've done that and you continue, you'll get this screen, and here you can choose how long you want to register it for. I'm going to go for 1 year. The registration contact is over here. This is your own information. Then you have whether you want a certified domain or not. I usually just have mine uncertified, but you can certify them for $4.99 a year. Now, if you put your mouse here, it explains certified domains to you. And then down here, we can set our name servers. Now, we haven't got hosting yet, so we can just skip this part, and we'll come back to it after we have hosting. Okay, so we're going to click Next. Now here, you can choose how you want to register your domain. You can have standard registration. You can have privacy with business registration, or you can have protected registration. What these two do are they hide your information from a Whois lookup, so people can't find out your information that's on as the registrar if you pick one of these two. Okay, I'm just going to click next and go with the standard one here. Okay, on this page we have a summary of what we're doing. So we have our domain name here, and then we have the charge. As you see, we get it for $2.99, and then there's an ICANN fee that you have to pay, which is included here. So at this point, all you have to do is go and continue to checkout. Now see up here, if you have a promo code, you can enter it in here and apply it, and it'll reduce the price. You can sometimes find promo codes just by going to Google and searching for GoDaddy promo code, or you can go to the Warrior Forum, warriorforum.com, and search in there for GoDaddy promo codes or coupon codes. Let's continue to the checkout. Okay, and it brings up our page here, and we can go ahead and pay for it from here, and at that point the domain name will be registered. Okay, now before we can finish the order, we have to click on I've read and agree to the terms and conditions. Okay, so you should look at all these agreements here and then agree and then place your order. Okay, you key in the access code over here and verify. Okay, so our order is complete. And you can, from here, you can view and print your receipt. Okay, so at this point, we have our domain name registered. What we have to do now is have a place to host it. Now, I personally do not register my domain names and have my hosting accounts on the same place. I like to use a hosting provider called HostGator. Okay, so this is hostgator.com, and then you go to web hosting. In here, you have some inexpensive packages. You have the Hatchling plan for $3.96 a month. You have a baby plan. This is the one I recommend that you purchase, or a business plan. Now, business plans also, if you have a bigger need and you want SSL certificate, you should get the business plan. Okay, so this is only $6.36 a month, or etc. Okay, so if you want to pay it monthly, it's actually $7.96 a month, or you're paying it 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years. Okay, so basically all you do is you go here and order it. Okay, and then you need to enter the domain name you just registered, actually over here. Use an existing domain name, enter it here, and continue to step 2. Okay, and then continue. Okay, so on this page, we verify what we're doing. So we're going to use the baby package. We're going to be billed monthly in this case. Then you create your username, security PIN. You need to put in your payment information, and then you can create your account. I'm not going to go ahead with that because I already have hosting. But what's going to happen after you do that is they're going to send you an email telling you what you need to set your name servers to. Okay, so what you'll have to do is go back to where you registered your domain, in my case GoDaddy, and then you're going to have to set the name servers to what HostGator told you, or whoever your hosting provider is. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to set your name servers now. Okay, so you go sign into GoDaddy and click on my account over here, and then you'll see domains. What you want to do is click launch here. Okay, and then it brings up all of your domain names that you have registered here. So you want to click on the one that you want to change the name servers on. Just click here. Okay, and then down here you'll see set name servers. Click on that. And then you want to, I have a specific name servers for my domain. Okay, and this is where you set the name servers that HostGator gave you. So it's usually NS and then some string of numbers .hostgator. Now I'm showing you HostGator. It's going to be the same process no matter who you're using. You'll have at least 2 name servers here. Okay, so these are the domain names that HostGator tells me I need to use, but yours will be different or may be different. And depending on your hosting provider, they'll be completely different. But you need to follow their instructions and put the name servers in here, however many they tell you. Now if you need more, you just click add more here and it'll bring up more boxes. Okay, let's click OK, and that will change our name servers. Okay, so at this point you've now set up your domain name and you have set up your hosting account and you've tied the two together. So you'll be able to install WordPress shortly. It may take a couple hours before you'll be able to find your domain name on the internet because they have to attach to each other and propagate throughout the internet. In the next video, we're going to go through installing WordPress on your new hosting account.